Hey, what's good everybody? Travysty here, and today we have our very first week of the PBL. This is our very first official week. As you guys have noticed, we've had two preseasons go up. Each of them good battles, so if you haven't watched them yet, I highly recommend watching it. This one was against OG Hypnotoad and his team, I believe Omaha Omastars. Might have gotten that wrong, who knows? YOLO if I did. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and get into the battle, as I hate when the music comes on. Oh my god. But anyways, let's switch sides and all that good stuff. He ends up leading off with his PK, the hotness, as it's going to continue playing no matter what. He ends up leading with PK, so his team is PK, Weavile, Bronzong, Rhydon, Salamence, and Manaphy. Now, the Manaphy is definitely a threat, but I do have Ditto in the back. I brought Latios, Life Orb Latios, Hitmonchan, Gliscor, Mega Banette, Choice Scarf Ditto, and Empoleon. Now, this right here is actually full physically defensive, so I know it can take care of Infernape. So I let it out because it literally dealt with anything that was on his team bar the Weavile and the Bronzong, if the Bronzong is Levitate and not Heat Proof, which I would believe he would run Levitate versus my team. So he's going to go for the U-turn here, as I just protected. That way I can get my Toxic up without any worries. He's actually just going to raw switch out, as I'm actually just going to throw out a Toxic. I miss, unfortunately for myself. So I'm curious on the set that this man is running. If he's running the Ice Beam set, my idea here is I have two switches. Well, three switch-ins. I've got the Empoleon, the Ditto, and the Hitmonchan. My thought process is I can switch out into Ditto and see if he has Energy Ball. I scout, I get good, I'm able to reply with good damage. It's not a bad plan whatsoever. If he sets up a Tail Glow predicting the switch, well, guess what? I have a Tail Glow. Something's going to get hurt no matter what. So it's not bad for me either way. So I'm going to actually just go ahead and switch out into my Ditto. To anything you do, I can do better. He's going to go for the Ice Beam, and he's going to get the Freeze. Now, this is going to actually be a pivotal moment in this battle, because now I have to figure out what I'm going to do. Now, this mon, his set, when I switched in, I found out it was Substitute, Tail Glow, Ice Beam, Scald. I'm looking at my moveset, and I'm just like, you know what, Scald breaks through Freeze. However, I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to actually go ahead and make this moment to go ahead and switch out into my Hitmonchan, as he's going to go ahead and go for a Substitute. Now, I'm playing around with a Frozen Ditto at this point, and I have to switch into the Salamence. Oh, well, I had to switch into like the Manaphy or something like that. He sets up a Tail Glow, which I'm perfectly fine with, because I know that Hitmonchan can take on Manaphy and get some damage off, and that's the biggest thing. I just need to get some damage off. This thing's Assault Vested. I'll go for a Mach Punch, get some more chip damage off, and now this mon is now in range for me to be able to KO it with a large assortment of my team. So now all I really need to do is go out into something that outspeeds him, and I'm going to actually reveal something very funny. I'm not Life Orb. This is actually full offensive Choice Scarf Latios. I completely forgot I ran this myself, but it deals with a lot of threats on this team. As we're trying to Britannia here, just because this mon can't do anything back to Britannia, he's going to just set up Stealth Rocks, which is a smart play to do, honestly. As I can set up my own rocks, and he's going to go out into PK the hotness. Now I can just go ahead and go back into Gliscor here. Gliscor is going to be able to eat up anything that this mon goes for, as he goes for a close combat and eat it up. And that's actually going to give it that drop. I'm going to go for an Earthquake, just raw right off the bat, just because I feel like that's probably my best play, as I do find out that this is a Levitate, which makes 100% sense. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and switch out, because I have nothing I can hit this mon with on my team. So I go out into my pockets. He's on Gyro Ball, and it literally does nothing. I'm eating it up. It's nice and yummy. And I'm going to Will-O-Wisp. No, I knock off here. That way I can go ahead and get rid of his leftovers and do a lot of damage to him. He gets a Toxic on me, which I'm not really concerned about. I'm just like, yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. And he's actually protecting here. He's trying to just get as much damage as he possibly can onto me, which is completely fine. I'm going to just keep clicking knockoff here because knockoff literally is my best play. As he goes out into Weavile, and I'm just like, this is not a switch-in. So I go for a Will-O-Wisp here. I land it, and that mon is now crippled. So I did what I needed to there and made sure that this thing's taken care of. I could have gone for D-Bond there, but I wanted to make the safer play just because he was stalling around Toxic. So I didn't know if he had something special that he had or if it was Lumberry or something like that. I mean, not Lumberry. I can't remember. I don't know. But I drop a Draco here because you don't go for Ice Shard, and I know that doesn't kill. So Draco kills anything on his team upon switch. He goes for the Ice Punch here, and I'm just like, yo, that's unnecessary. I know he can't get a freeze here, though. And I'm just like, you know what? This Rhydon does nothing to me. I literally don't have to worry about anything. I can roost off damage. I outspeed him. Even if he gets a crit, he doesn't even do half. Like, this is full defensive, and I'm just going to throw a Toxic out there onto him right now as he decides to Rock Polish here to get his speed up. But I'm just like, you know what? I can just protect here. It don't even matter. He's going to go for another Ice Punch, and I can literally just stall out this Rhydon. So we're going to keep going back and forth with this right now, as I'm just going to keep on doing my thing. Now, the reason why it doesn't did half earlier with the Ice Punch when it was critted was because of the fact that I did roost and I was faster. So now if he does get a crit, he will kill me or put me in range of not being happy. So it's unfortunate for him. The Rock Polish was really good on his part. I'm actually just going to go for Protect because I don't really want to take a chance of him critting me. I'd rather keep this mon healthy. That way I can deal with Inferno. Now the Manaphy is going to be the mon to come out now, as I'm going to just sack off my Zoidberger. If he tried to set up a sub or a Tail Glow, I was going to just Earthquake and kill. I'm going to go out into anything you can do. Now, this is what I was talking about earlier. I go for the Scald. I'm Choice Scarf. I hit him with it, and I was able to successfully bait him into trying to set up. He probably thought that he could definitely easily sub up and set up and kill this mon. However, me being able to just Choice Scarf myself into Scald was a slight oversight from his part. And it was just the best move I possibly could play. He could have switched out into anything else on his team and been fine probably. Like Salamence probably would have drank it up, but he would have had the risk of the fact that it would have been burned. And then Infernape would have died. So it was probably would have been just better for him to just attack or switch out into Salamence here. But I get to make a critical thing. I do burn him, which really doesn't matter because I'll kill him the next turn anyways. Scald him again, he's dead, and now we get to play the game of, let's see what I can do here against the Salamence. So I'm gonna actually just switch out just in case this thing is the Choice Scarf variant. As he goes for Outrage, and I'm just like, yo, this thing is not gonna do anything. I mean, this is Motsy. So it's obviously Motsy, and I'm just going to throw a Toxic onto it. I see that Outrage is 33. I know I live another. Just completely fine. I live it. He's confused. I get to just go for Flash Cannon. I'm just trying to get some wear and tear on this thing now. As I'm just like, alright, I'm just going to let it kill itself. And he does. He does let himself die. No matter what, he would have died that turn. So there was no point in me switching out. Now Britannia's in here, and I'm just like, alright, I'm just going to sack this thing off to a close combat, and then I have the option of going out into my Latios or Ditto. They're both Choice Scarf. They're both going to outspeed. I decide, you know what, Latios gets a kill, Psyshock, my way to victory, and bam, that's a good battle. So, the 2-0 victory, that was week 1, and it was honestly very good. I think I caught him off guard with bringing Choice Scarf full offensive Latios. I think that was the biggest thing when I was team building. I was trying to decide if I wanted to bring this or Bisharp, and this mon just did so much more work against this team after I looked at how Bisharp went. So Latios definitely coming in through clutch. I really didn't need defog on him because I had defog on the Empoleon. So I was just like, you know what, I will run a full offensive Latios and see what I can do, because Manaphy can't stand up to it. The Bronzong can't stand up to it. The Weavile has trouble dealing with it if it's at full HP. Well, it has trouble dealing with it in general. Salamence can't do anything to it. Rhydon can't do anything to it. Infernape can't do anything to it. So it's just one of those things where it's just like, unless he had him on that outsped me and was Choice Scarf, Latios just did so much work against his team. Gliscor did a great job being able to wall out the Infernape and Rhydon. Mega Banette was able to do its job in terms of crippling crippling his Weavile and then killing off his Bronzong. And then Empoleon just did a great job. He ate up those outrages from Salamence. That was actually a Spidef Empoleon too. But it ate out those outrages nicely, and Ditto, being able to play around with my Ditto like that, I think was a huge moment. So, without further ado, guys, that was a really well played battle. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and check out this man's channel. He'll have his video up from his point of view. I'm very interested in his perspective on the battle. And this was week 1. So, the Carolina Castforms are starting off with a strong 1-0. So, next week, I can't remember who we will be going against, but, you know, I believe I'm taking on the Cheshire Charizards, which is Zoe. So that'll be an interesting battle. I'm looking forward to it. Anyways, like I said, guys, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit up that like button and subscribe if you haven't today to join YouTube's greatest travesty. And without further ado, peace, guys. I am out.